Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to the Curse of Strahd, a customized D&D campaign played on Roll20. And guess what guys, we've been doing this for some time now, evident to the fact that this is a very special episode. That's right, this is episode 30, and that is quite an achievement for us to be going this long. And if you watched all 30 parts, a winner is you. And your prize is this special episode. Now I had ordered some balloons, with 30 graphics on them and some celebratory stuff, but unfortunately it didn't arrive. I also commissioned a commemorative Maldrath calendar, but the censors stepped in there. We wanted to do full body pictures. You know, we are artists. It's full body or nothing. So unfortunately that didn't happen. Overall, it's been quite a disappointment. It's quite a letdown. Anyway, I do have a special announcement, which I'll make after the break midway through, or at the end if we don't take a break. If the action keeps going that we can't stop it. Anyway, Jonan, take it away, my friend.
Oh, truly like you draw your deaf clerics. Anyway,
I'd say after 30 episodes, we're doing pretty all white.
Off to a strong start.
Tragically, Jean's died before the session's even begun. So
I deserve that.
Also, just as a quick aside, I was working on the Maldrath posters, but they were a bit too much, so I thought this is going to be a bit creepy, so I decided just to put a pin in that one for the minute. It was too hot for the internet, if you can believe it.
Is that a euphemism, putting a pin in it?
Well, I don't think you'll be pin in it, but...
If I may quote an Ed Guy song, actually no, if I quote an Ed Guy song, I'll get demonetized. Carry on.
Wow, only 5 minutes and the entire party is TPK'd.
Anyway, just for the hell of it, all of the budget went in this special effect. It's episode 30! And there'll be something post-production there. So it's going to be terrible. It's going to be rubbish. But
we'll fix it in post.
That's as much as our budget will go for, okay? There you go.
$5 goes a long way these days.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, have you thought of signing up to MVL's Patreon? Anyway...
I love it when I don't have to do my own shameless self-promotion.
Okay. Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd, where our heroes, the Silver Stakes, are trapped in the land of Barovia, a land encased in mist and once ruled by the cruel vampire Strahd von Zarovich. Last time, upon hearing the news that a new enemy named Baba is trying to fill the void left by Strahd after our heroes killed him, the Silver Stakes found a way to sneak inside Strahd's former home, Castle Ravenloft, and are searching for the skull of the silver dragon Argynvost. After teleporting into the castle, the Stakes began exploring and encountered a couple of traps before reaching a room with multiple crypts inside, as well as the remains of the dead. Some crypts contained magical items, some had further traps, and some even had fearsome monsters that the group had to fight off, including Strahd's steed, the nightmare, Bosophilus. But now, there are only 2 crypts left to examine, and an entire castle to explore. So, with that in mind, what's your first port of destination?
I believe we were heading in here.
Ah, yes. And as you step forward...
I'm at the back of the party. The only thing behind me is the camera from the Mario games.
Yeah. We've added the little camera token, who is basically just going to allow it so that you guys can see everything that's going on, so in case the party decide to split up again. Okay.
Splitting up is the best D&D tactic.
We never decided. It was happened to us.
Fair. As you step forward, wide steps descend into a landing flanked by 2 alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the 30-foot of the height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a blue soft curtain of light flows between the 2 alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs.
I don't trust this.
Splish splash?
Huh.
I'd rather you don't end up in a pit again. I will say. I'll say. Someone more trained than I want to take a look at this. I don't trust stepping through veils in this place.
Alright, so you want to search for traps, I'm guessing.
You seem to be the best equipped to do it.
Yeah, religious in nature, maybe? I don't know. Don't ask me.
I can do Foley.
Nice. Okay. It's not like any. If it is a trap, it's not like anything you've ever seen. There's not exactly a magic circle or anything. It seems to be that this blue curtain of light is coming out of these statues. You think that it is connected to them and is designed just to do something once you step across. You're not really 100% sure what it is, though.
Do we have any of those white corpses left, or did they all get teleported back into the pit?
You threw them all into the pit.
Oh, God damn.
Well, there's a couple of spider corpses.
I suppose they'll do. Can I grab a spider corpse and throw it in front of one of the statues?
Sure, go. So, you pick up the spider corpse, which is an interesting, morbid image when you think about it, as you watch the Maldra pick up the spider corpse and then just sort of casually and throw it straight into the blue veil. As you see the veil shimmer briefly as the corpse passes through, and then it just tumbles down the stairs before just anticlimactically coloured up into a heap at the end.
Okay, everybody, it's safe for spider corpses.
So, you have established that the blue veil is there, and it's safe for spider corpses. Are you going to take the plunge, or is there any other check you want to try?
I don't think
I'd do Arcana, but I'm shit at Arcana. I'm shit at everything intelligence-based,
I can give it a try. I mean... $5, everybody.
What's that, Keldrin?
I'll glance up at Keldrin and give her the might as well shrug.
Let me look at it a little bit. It definitely looks like a light thing.
If it's a trap, 1 sploosh. If it isn't a trap, 2 splooshes.
It's just like some undecided waving.
It's really weird. You've never seen a large pile of water look confused before, but that's precisely what's happening here.
It shrugs, and then it's going to step forward.
Okay. It steps down. As you step down, everyone, you see, as she steps through, you see the veil shimmers. The eyes of the statues flash for a brief moment. But Keldrin doesn't notice any of this as she just continues straight on through the veil and down towards the lower levels.
I mean, I would have, passed through the veil and then stopped, so...
Yes, so you get enter here, but either way, you pass through the veil with no issues whatsoever.
I turn back.
Obviously, she was judged worthy.
Can I get to just the threshold of the veil, not stepping through, but right on the edge of it and see if it's changed? Yeah, and see if it's changed any.
Oh, are those 2 sarcophaguses, guy?
I will give you a description in a moment. First off, Jean, so far, nothing has changed about the veil, yeah?
All right. What check would it be to discern the nature of the statues. I am paranoid AF.
Honestly, which I would check you think would be suitable for this situation. I say unhelpfully.
Investigation?
The problem is, I have the investigation score of a rock lobster, so...
Most checks will probably involve getting rather close to them, though.
Hey guys! Sarcophagi!
Is my detect magic still up from last time?
You had to recast it, so it probably is. It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. Okay. It's kind of strange. Okay, hey, you detect something that's similar to conjuration magic, kind of like kind of something similar you felt for the traps earlier, but it's not quite the same. There seems to be another element of magic in there that you're not 100% sure what it is. If you had to if you had to make a guess, it seems to be something similar to divination magic. It's a combination of conjuration and divination in the veil.
Okay, and the water elemental blooped past.
Yeah.
The eyes lit up, is
and
that correct?
Cool.
But nothing
yeah,
happens.
The eyes lit up, and nothing seems to happen, no.
Maybe my comment on worthiness is more acute than I thought.
Or maybe it's because I'm in the water.
Yeah.
Seth's going to walk through.
Okay. So, Seth, as you step through, once again, you step through the veil. Everyone else notices that the statue's eyes and then shut off again as Seth steps through to the other side.
So a human can all go through also.
I didn't like it.
Once again, it flashes.
Same effect?
Yep, same effect. The eyes flash, and you step through.
Now because I don't trust this, I would like to attempt to go back.
Okay. You step up. You see Jean step around once again.
Okay, I've done the hokey pokey, so I'll go back through, look at the other two, and say, well, it hasn't blocked us off at least.
Not yet.
See how it deals with half humans, and I'm gonna try and walk.
Alrighty, you step through. The eyes flash a little bit longer, then you're through.
I feel.
Is this just like a time waster? Is this like a fake out for the?
What if it's like
careful party?
The first 4 times are fine.
Yeah, Steph's gonna go to the bottom of the stairs a minute.
Okay.
Maybe. No, I'm gonna stay still.
Okay.
I will step in.
Alrighty. I will explain what you guys are seeing there in a moment. So, Elias, are you get the risk it as well? You see everyone else go through without issue.
Elias is going to go invisible.
Okay.
Fade away. Probably not going to help, but they're going to do it.
Okay. So, you then turn invisible and vanish from sight.
Alright, and then I'm going to stealth and go very slowly.
Okay. You step through, and I'm gonna ask you something on Discord very quickly.
Oh my god, you joked about the last one.
It's because he's going too slow, it's going to vaporize him.
I have a feeling this could be something alignment based.
Yeah, but why would it let the good alignment people through? This is fucking Castle Ravenloft. It should be like, oh, you're evil.
Maybe it was like, no badder dude than me.
You are bad enough, dude.
I just said you that.
Alright. Okay.
Answer that question.
Alright.
If it's choose the form of your destroyer, just keep your mind blank.
I couldn't help it. It just popped in there.
There was a brief moment. You step in. You for a moment you think that invisibility will help you. However, the lights line rightly do hold. Then they shut off and allow you to step through. And so you can now see what everyone else sees, which is this tomb rests in hushed silence. Tall stained glass windows dominate the eastern walls, allowing the dim light to fall on two coffins resting the top of white marble slab. One against the north wall is marked King Baron von Zarovich, and one resting against the south wall is marked Queen Ravenovia van Royen. I really should have practiced saying that before doing this. Anyway,
just rolls off the tongue, though, doesn't it?
Yes. The vaulted ceiling, 30 feet overhead, is inlaid with a beautiful gold mosaic. It seems that these are the original king and queen of Castle Ravenloft.
Maybe we shouldn't loot this place.
I was gonna say, actually, just looking at what we see here.
Does the surrounding area look undisturbed?
Pretty much. In fact, even the stained glass windows, you can't really see anything because the dust and dirt is encased over them, to the point where, like, no one has been here to clean this place for ages. It's been completely undisturbed.
I'm gonna go over there and kind of wipe over it with my watery arm, and I want to just try and see if I can look out and see, like, where we are. Where are we looking at? Do I see an army?
Okay. You look out and
there are dusty footprints on the ground randomly in random locations, as Elias thinks they're still undetected.
You wipe it off and you see, unfortunately, with that side, you look out and you can see the valleys rolling in the distance, going towards the little village of Barovia, and beyond that, the wall of mist that blankets the horizon. You then look straight down and you see that outside the window is a drop into a chasm that seems to be thousands of feet high.
How high up are we from, like, the normal level of land? Not the chasm level, but like the...
Okay, that's what I think I can describe it, because when all the way back in episode 1, when Strahd was in his disguise as Ivan Lostborn, he pointed towards the castle, and you can see that the castle is essentially, it's on the top of a hill, and then there was like a gap and a moat around it. So essentially, you gather that what you're looking at is the castle's moat, which is like the size of a chasm. And otherwise, you're on a slightly elevated height, not mountain high, but slightly above ground, if that makes sense.
And that was 30 episodes ago.
Yes.
I'd put that out there.
Is this where the graphic comes in again?
No, we can't afford that more than once.
My $2 went into that motion wheel for Crazy Taxi. Anyway.
Yeah. You know, I've been having technical difficulties with my microphone. Apologies for the noises earlier, but we do what we can.
That's fair. But yeah, that's what you can see from the window anyway.
I will say exactly what I'm thinking right now out of character, and just say, in this case, I think it may be best to leave well enough alone.
I'm going to take a once around the room, just an investigation, just see if there's any, maybe information scrawled on their tombstone sort of thing, or anything hidden around.
I would like to do an invisible search.
Sorry. Keldrin will assist by kind of cleaning the dust off whatever Seth is looking at.
Okay, I will save you the check and just say that unfortunately there doesn't appear to be much in here of anything. There's just the gold on the ceiling, which would take way too long to peel off, and the two corpses here. It seems like this area hasn't been completely touched at all. In fact, the coffin of Queen Ravenovia it's clear glass. It was clearly meant to have some kind of magic to preserve the body, but that magic is ceased, so it's not so poetic to look at now.
Speaking of magic, Elias is gonna sit cross-legged in the center and then reappear and then start to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I will say that as soon as Detect Magic comes back, you feel the same magics you felt coming from the Veil, but otherwise you didn't feel anything from the others.
Interesting. You say the coffin's a glass?
Yeah, it's got kind of weird. The Queen's coffin was had glass, and you were able to see it. Above the King's coffin is an effigy of what the late King Barov looked like.
Did he look like Strahd?
A little bit. You can just recognize some of the features. Recognize some of the features like the jawline. It's probably looks more older and sterner than anything. In fact, there is a handout, I believe, somewhere around here, which I can show you. Let's see.
Ooh, that's handy. Also, so the glass coffin, are there any, hate to say it, but I'm a rogue, any rings on the fingers, necklace?
No, just white rags.
Alright. Gotta ask.
Yep. Okay, so all players should now be able to see a handout of what the late King and Queen look like.
Happy looking people.
Yeah. And they raised such a fine son.
I cannot.
It should be in your journal.
Way on the down, named NPC player handouts, named NPC handouts is all the way on the bottom.
Cool. I want that gauntlet. Out of character. Yeah,
he looks like Rasputin from that Anastasia movie.
I wonder if that was a reference.
He totally does. Okay. With that, with everything sort of established here that it's just a really fancy burial place, I will, I'll turn and make my way back out.
Okay.
Because there's
this
still
might
one
be a
place
place
left.
to return to if we need somewhere to rest. It's obviously kept out the inhabitants of the castle thus far.
And it's now clean, because while he was sitting there casting his ritual for 10 minutes, Keldrin went on a little cleanup mission. Now her water is very dirty.
I've just noticed that token actually does have a face in it. I didn't see that before.
Elias will sort of look at the dirty water and sort of press digitation at clean.
Thank you.
You can color the water with that spell.
I kind of like it. Currently, it will be like sparkling though, won't it? Because it's still got gems and stuff in it. So it's like sparkling water.
Oh god, that's right. It still has a color.
Two opals. I spat off the teeth.
Hey. That it just made me realize that gives a whole new spin on sparkling water.
Oh god.
Betsovsky, huh?
The eyes, did they do that thing again when people left?
Yep, they did it all one by one.
That still terrifies me. Yeah.
Come on, Elias.
I feel like, you know, like a child who doesn't know how to swim or something, and like everyone's in this pool going, "Come on, come on."
Oh, it's fine.
Alright,
It's
no,
sparkly
no,
now.
don't want it. Don't trust it. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna try and go invisible again because it didn't work last time.
Keldrin's gonna step in front of one of the statues just to like screen you off of one of those to make you feel better.
Funnily enough, it doesn't seem to make a difference. The eyes still flash. Alliance passes through, and the eyes stay open as Keldrin has quite possibly the strangest staring contest you've ever seen with it.
I kind of slowly back out.
You know what it's reminding me of now? You know the never-ending story where there's those two statues and like they like shoot lasers at the person going through? I'm like positive that was going to happen.
Oh god.
We're still good, and we have a resting place. That's a good thing to have.
Also, fun fact: the director of that movie forced that 10-year-old to do all the stunts. So,
oh my god.
That's one of the many reasons why the sequel took so long. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so you said there's one more. There was one up top.
There's the gargoyles one, and then there's two barred rooms at the top and at the bottom, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, you are. There are two further entrances. Both of them have portcullises next to them.
Anyone want to try lifting a portcullis?
Lifting, you say? Sounds very physical, so no.
Can attempt it.
So in other words,
go there and look at it closer first before we decide how to.
Yeah, let's have a peek. We might be able to see through it and see monsters and not want to go there.
It depends which one are you investigating, north or south?
Which one's closer?
My family is evil.
Why not? Why not? I'd like to go. It was the first one we saw, so I'd like to go have a go at the north portcullis. And Keldrin can help me because Keldrin is big.
Okay, so I will move you all to there.
Mario camera person floats along on the cloud.
No, you don't look at the camera. Okay, so here you are outside either the portcullis, and yeah, unfortunately, you don't see anything through the portcullis. The bars are very tightly together. Like even it would be difficult even for Keldrin to try and get through, just because the holes are too small. So it would be hard for the elemental to keep itself together. But Ted, if you want to try and make it, go ahead and make me the drink check, Jean, and I'll say with advantage because you have a giant cone of water assisting you.
Sploosh. Let's try this. Okay, I finally got a ruling on athletics, and it's feats of strength and athletic ability. Would that include lifting? Because I could add my proficiency then.
Unfortunately, it's the module or the space specifically says strength check on this.
Okay, fair enough.
Elias moves up to check for traps, but then
wow,
sees...
you saved me a natural one, Keldrin.
You would have broken your back.
But then sees him lift it, walks away.
These other thing, and there's a moment where you're slowly lifting it up, and it looks like a moment. The two of you are starting to push it together. It's strained. You're pushing. The colors is almost going up. It looks like you almost done it when suddenly the last the fibers of your muscles start to burn and you can't hold it anymore. It slams shut again.
Jonan,
You were very, very close.
Is that thing next to me actually there?
What thing? Oh, no, I need to get rid of that. There we go.
Okay. Oh boy, that scared me. Okay.
Well, While we were lifting that, did anybody else see what was through it?
Make a perception check.
I mean, I was stood like right there, so I probably should have.
I was-
I'll
Yeah,
say,
I would.
I was distracted. I thought I saw a monster.
I'll say Seth Maldrath can make perception checks. Okay. Okay. You see, white marble steps descend into a tomb. It looks, it's kind of bizarre. The arena, the area inside seems to be very, very still and very calm, which as they come to the intense unsolved effort and pain of Jean and Keldrin both trying to lift her. And I'll say that Maldra, if you look a bit further and see that the coffin seems to have 3 alcoves with beautifully carved statues, which seem to represent a young man flanked by 2 angels, looking polished and new as polished and new as the day it was placed there. And you can see that there is a lever inside, but that's the exact moment when Jean's muscles give out and the whole thing collapses.
Try again?
I can press the lever from ranged with my invisible mage hand and keep it open for just a second. I don't know what the lever does, but I can press it. Maybe it opens the portcullis.
Would you even need the door to be open? Could you not just...
We couldn't see it through normally, could we?
Well, we can try and lift it a little bit so that you can see through it and press the lever.
Okay, is it a barred door? Can we see anything through it right now as it's closed?
It's kind of like an iron grid, so you can only see you can't really see anything concrete. It's like small squares that big, and then it's like
All right. In that case, I'll say with another try. But first, might be worth checking for traps before we go in.
Let's see how high we can lift it.
All right. Still counting as assisted, right?
Yeah, assisting. Yes. Okay, you but you're still exhausted from but you still have a small gap under there, and I will say, I'm trying to figure out. Elias, make me a dexterity check and add your proficiency to it, because you've used mage hand before, but this is essentially to see how quickly you can get it in there and close, because there's only a small gap chance to be able to get it.
Plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so not a problem. You were able to zip in and you're just barely lifting it, just as your muscles are about to give up out. Once again, you as the portcullis slowly rises up, and you can finally see inside the full thing.
Oh, good, because that could have just been terrible. I had no idea what that button would have done.
Awesome.
I'll just glance at Elias, panting, and say, "Nice reflexes." Oh God.
Prestidigitation some of that sweat away.
Okay.
Can I do a check for traps? I should probably do a check for traps.
Make me an investigation check.
I'll assist.
I just want to look for traps. I don't want to investigate in there. I want to do a perception with my eyes and not actually go in there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So yeah, perception check, that works. Yes.
Cool.
Okay. From what I can tell, the room seems completely trapless. It seems to have been it seems to be that it was relying purely on the portcullis for the security, and it's honestly no normal man should have been able to lift it. It's a miracle Jean managed to get it as high as he did, and but and because also. In fact, well, Jean and technically Jean and Kelly, but you get at the gist. Point is, you managed to. It's a miracle they managed to lift it that high without the mechanisms. But now that you've bypassed that, it seems to be that you're able to. It seems to be completely trap free. You can step inside and no problem.
I will do so.
Okay, and Jean, as you step inside, you actually notice now that you've got a good view of the coffin, you see that there's a white marble slab holding it up, and chiseled into the slab is the Sergei von Zarovich.
It's the boy. It's the brother.
I need to talk to someone, by which I mean my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna step up to the sarcophagus and just I'll hold a mental dialogue just so I'm not treating Elias to the sound of me talking to myself. I'll just not activating it. I'll just lay a hand on the sun sword and say, "Is this why you rested?"
The sword. Oh, honestly, there it goes. I have no recollection of what you are speaking, but this place does feel calming and almost familiar somehow.
Well, I believe what I'm looking at is the resting place of either who you were or who wielded you. So I suppose now is as good a time as any to ask, would you prefer to be laid to rest now that Strahd is no more?
There is a long pause for a moment. Then, once your final battle is done, then yes, I would like to be left with my former wielder. But for now, I entrust you to finish what my wielder probably would have wanted, to defeat Strahd's curse, as well as Strahd himself.
Then so be it. I would like to, I'd like to just quietly break the connection, glance back at the others and say, I know this is a matter of some urgency, but might I have a moment?
Should we, back out?
Yeah, we'll step outside.
I will step up to the coffin, take a knee, and offer a prayer. Or not so much a prayer as somewhere between that and a final consolation, I guess. And I'll say, just sort of head bowed, whoever you were, whenever you lived, we stand at the precipice of completing what you started. Justice has been brought to your death and countless others. And now, today, we finish this. I hope only to do pride to that with which you wielded the blade I carry. And I rise.
Okay. And as you step out, a sense of calm washes over you, partially because of the atmosphere, but also because of the feeling, the weight of that moment and it lifting off you. You return outside, and there is now one final area to the very south. Although I will say, as you begin to approach it, Elias, you feel the same conjuration magic from the trap earlier directly in front of you, and I'll just bring you all to that point and just stop you in front of it.
Should we close the portcullises on the way out? Just to keep that place safe in case there's any hijinks may ensue from leaving it open.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that you can use Mage Hand on the way out to close it. And
trying to keep in mind as well where that teleportation was.
Yeah, you marked it with chalk, actually.
I marked it on one side, not the other.
I will say that as you approach around here, you can sense the conjuration magic, the same one as the previous trap, directly in front of you.
Alright, hold them up. There's some powerful magic ahead of us.
Yes, and I would like not to spend any more of today in the pit.
Can we circumvent it?
I'm gonna try going around the side. To the right.
Okay. I will say, as you go around, you get about as far as here before you sense that same magic.
It's the same teleportation. Right, okay, so...
I'll try picking up some litter from the ground, a rock or something, and just throwing it towards the portcullis.
Okay. You pick up a small rock and chuck it at the portcullis. It seems that it actually flies over and bounce. Actually, you know what? For fun, just roll me a straight stroke check.
It smashes the portcullis. Seth strikes again.
Okay.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
No, I see. The rock bounces off, hits the portcullis, and then stumbles to the ground around here. But curiously enough, it doesn't disappear.
Maybe like with the statues, it's living only.
Well, we all stepped through before, and we all ended up in that pit.
Yeah, this is the same place. Just the marking on the other side leads to it. So,
does there seem to be anything in the surrounding area that looks like some kind of either activation or deactivation for this?
Can I do a perception to see if there's any symbols?
Yes, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Holy crap.
Okay, so let me just check something real quick. Let's see. Which area is it?
You had to get 26, didn't you, Seth?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, you have a look around. There doesn't seem to be... It's really weird. There doesn't seem to be any kind of... there doesn't seem to be any kind of way to disarm it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of symbols or anything that would give away the trap or any kind of way to detect it. Although, with that high perception checks, I will give you this. You, as you look at Seth's rock, and then something next to you, there is like a patch of ground in front of the portcullis where you can see like little bits of rubble that have been placed there, but not around anything, but it's only like in this square here. All the other parts of the floor seem to be strangely clean.
Am I gonna have to jump?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll attempt to jump it.
How about we put a rope down into the white pit?
Yeah, I was just going to say we should probably.
I will say before we do anything, I will say to the others, if the theme so far continues, I believe that we can discern exactly whose resting place this would be. The tomb just north of us was Strahd's parents. The tomb to the far north was his brother. It stands to reason that the last of them would be Strahd's resting place itself.
Well, this one should be empty, though.
Yeah, then why is it protected?
Well, perhaps it's not to keep people out, but to keep people in. Dun dun dun.
MVL asking the important question.
Because of your background, Maldrath, make me we'll say religion check.
How far along was that dirty patch?
Give me a second, I will draw a line. And whilst I'm doing that, Maldrath, you remember that you then suddenly remember that in when vampires get to a certain level of power, kind of like Strahd's level of power, they get to a point where they need to return to their resting place whenever they get damaged. As in, most of the time, when their soul is damaged, they can't. Even if you, unlike vampire spawn, if you kill them with regular weapons and not with radiant energy, their soul returns. Their bodies become mist, and their soul returns to their resting place. So you then suddenly realize this is probably what the teleportation traps were for. It was essentially designed so that Strahd can rest and recuperate without anyone coming.
Yeah, Strahd needn't touch the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump.
Yes, back to that. Seth, you can make me either an athletics or acrobatics check if you want to be fancy, or whichever.
It's Seth, so he's going to roll high no matter what he does.
Wow.
Seth, full-on Assassin's Creed style, actually leap wall jumps off the walls, and then just sort of lands in just a perfect superhero landing on the other side, and is completely free of the trap.
Okay, seeing that was safe and continuously being outdone by Seth, I'm going to also try and do the jump.
While they go about doing this, I would like to go up north and lower a rope down the white pit. Just so if I fail, I'll be all white.
Fair.
Hey.
You not only do you do the perfect wall jump, you then manage to do like a Lucha Libre style spin in the air before doing the superhero landing.
Oh my god, you did the 630 senton. Before I do anything, I'm just gonna do the rope down, come back, sigh, and say, "Oh, might as well make it my night," and I'll just take a running jump.
Before you do that, I just want to be like, Sven, you got.
Lovely. Okay, so
you speak of anyway.
Sorry,
Yeah,
John.
But yeah,
22, and I'll add the D. I'm not doing anything fancy, just running.
Acrobatics is the whole banter. Or athletics is just the simple long jump. And yeah, you just clear it instantly and safely. Just like on the other side.
Clunk. Clunk. Mega clunk.
Keldrin waits until the landing site clears out.
You don't want to come in and wash us all away.
I just push you all back into the teleportation thing.
I'm just gonna hang fire on this side.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna wait here until they open the portcullis and everything, and then I'll make my move.
So, with that, I presume you're gonna try and do the same as last.
This time, I want to check for traps on the portcullis beforehand.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Perception to check and investigation to figure out how to do stuff with them. So.
Okay.
Perception it. Not fantastic.
I can assist with my eyes.
I will. That won't be necessary because I will just say that it just seems to be the same portcullis again. It seems that the portcullis and the teleportation traps seem to be the only thing they feel it's the only thing needed for security thus far.
Well, and the fact that it's like way down inside his castle's dungeon.
That too.
And there's probably like 10 golems in there as well, so.
Probably. Okay, I'll with that done, I'll glance at Seth and say, well, shall we give this a try?
I can't say I'll be as much help as Keldrin, but yep, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Once before the one time guidance is not applicable. Yikes.
The two. Unfortunately, it's not budging at all now. Originally, you had the assistance of a water elemental assisting you, and also, Jean, this is like the third time you've tried to do this. Even sort of your determination has limits.
I'll say in that case, just dropping it. Oh, well, I think I'm spent for the day. Do we really want to know what's in there anyway?
I know.
Might be a dragon skull.
Yeah, Maldrath really would like closure on the whole Strahd thing, being he's like the biggest, baddest vampire there. He wants to make 100% super sure that he's not like regenerating in there.
If the two squishies move out of the way, then maybe Keldrin can pop in and help.
The thing is, you take up the entire radius.
Well, I can squish a little bit. This is just like, I'm not a 10-foot square. I'm not a 10-foot cube.
Are the portcullis more portcullis, or are they a grill like the previous one? Like, would she just be able to like filter through?
They're a grill like the same one. Unfortunately, the same rules apply.
Well, before anything, does the two tries rule apply here?
Yes, it does. It'll be the last the time you can try.
Yeah, if you get advantage from me or from somebody else, it doesn't matter.
That's better.
Okay. You lift it up once more, and this time, the of you put the shit that's in. You put your top on. Is going to it. Jean, you are for the anime fans out there, pretty much going beyond as you're going as you're slowly lifting it up. And Elias, I'm gonna need you to first quickly roll me a perception check.
I knew that was coming. Also, if I don't see a switch, I'm gonna try and dash through, like just
okay
as well. So just in case.
First, perception check, very quickly.
A natural 9 became a 20.
Yep. You see directly at the back there is a switch, so as they're strained to keep it aloft, go ahead and make me a dexterity check with your bonus again.
Proficiency on top, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit.
like it's not under illusion. Like as soon as you see it, and once again, the two of you, much to your relief, feel the weight slowly release from you as the portcullis opens up once more.
I would like to I'd like to just stand back, still in the same, and say, I can't feel my neck.
Also, on a very stupid meta level, it's so cruel, but John, on your first roll, you were literally 1 point away from meeting the DC on your first roll.
Hey,
I knew it.
there's those robins.
Yes. So, with that, I can now reveal. Black marble steps descend into a dark tomb that has a vaulted ceiling 30 feet ahead. The essence of evil permeates the very air. The smell of freshly turned earth is here. Settled into the dirt on the floor is a shining black coffin of finely waxed wood. The coffin's fittings are brilliant brass, and the lid is closed. To the south of the coffin are 3 gloomy alcoves. And you've already pulled the iron level from all the up this. So, what was it you wanted to say?
Could I grab that rock that Seth threw in and chuck it down the steps towards the coffin?
Sure. You chuck it in, and there is a dunk. And make me a perception check. You're throwing a camera at it?
Can we make a check as well?
Yeah, sure.
I think we all would down here. Wow.
We all suck.
Okay. You notice that it bounces and hits the soft earth, and it doesn't seem to be trap-based or anything like that. And for Seth and John, I will say that you tried to look, but you're still waiting for the exhaustion of lifting the entire portcullis to go away.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still just like this.
Can I make my attempt to cross this trapped ground?
Okay. You can make me either athletics or acrobatics. It's entirely up to you.
You
They're
could
both
be
equal,
fastball
so-
special by Keldrin.
I'll attempt to just do some acrobatics and be a fantastic flying death bearer. Oh yeah, I'll put guidance on myself if that's allowed before I roll.
Okay, are you sure?
Oh Jesus!
Oh boy.
I mean, oh Cannonball!
Well, he gets
You
out
can
of
add
the
your
white
guns.
pit.
I don't think
Well,
it's going
he-
to make any difference, but
While he gets out of the white pit, I'll be back in like 5 seconds.
as
Okay.
I'm hurtling through the air, knowing I'm not going to reach my destination, be like, Geldred, I'm coming in.
Yeah, you just there's like a brief moment when you call on Cannonball and leap, and then realize, oh right, the heavy armor, and you plant onto the ground, and it's almost a mercy to be back in the dark pit with only a rope descending.
Whilst
So I'll climb the rope.
whilst John
Yeah.
falls
Back to
to
where I was.
whilst John falls to exhaustion, like I'll sort of like put his arms down as he's sort of like Tin Man without oil for a moment.
I will. As you climb back out of the pit, you can make me one more check if you want to.
I really want to get over there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the luck to do it. I mean, I'll give it one more go with guidance, I guess. Oh,
Oh, that's even worse. Falls flat on his face.
I
Obviously,
mean,
midair,
hopefully
split
I
check.
fall like on the ground before I get like teleported into the pit again.
I will. Yeah, you know what? I'll say that this time. Okay, hey, I'll say.
Look
Okay,
at Jonan pondering how mean to be. Like
that's a part of the thing. Yes, I will say
You
that
fall into the pit, and all the whites are back alive again.
Oh,
I will say, well, essentially what happens is you think, okay, the leap wouldn't work. Maybe I should try that wall jumping thing the other two did earlier. You take a leap, bounce off the wall, and oh yeah, armor, and you slam flat on your face, and it's literally only a miracle that you just missed the.
It's like every kid I've seen in my local town trying to do a skateboard trick. Like I've never seen a kid pull off a skateboard trick in real life.
Yeah, that's
it's like that moment where you see him completely like face plant the ground, and everyone's like, "Oh," and they're like just completely still. You're like, "Oh shit, I hope they're okay." And then you sort of slowly start moving. It's like, "Oh, it's okay, all right."
Yeah, it's essentially.
Did you roll another crap roll to get across?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially, what's happened is failing skater trick, where it's like, "Hey, I can do this," well, in what is quite unfortunately the most undignified display of this magnificent death cleric, you see a. Okay.
Elias will break character slightly. I'm gonna try and sleight of hand a chuckle.
Maldrath is just completely oblivious to any of that. He's just like, "God damn it."
Oh my
god, your modifier.
Yeah, double proficiency.
You all take it. You suddenly, Evan, John, you look behind you as you thought you heard. You thought you heard a sound that might be a distant enemy. You don't know you don't know where the sound came from. It definitely wasn't from Elias.
I'll just say, must have been the wind.
Sorry, now I'm laughing at Catbutt.
Yeah. Hey, the cat will give us more views. Anyway.
That is scientific fact.
What's lost in this is, like, we all didn't see whatever we were supposed to see in here.
But
we gotta go down regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to draw the sun sword again here.
Okay.
I'll move up. I'll warn Elias so they can cover their eyes first. But I'm going in here armed.
Okay. As you step inside, the light. Huh, okay. As you step up inside, you get a sense of foreboding as you step up ahead. And as you draw the blade, the entire room is illuminated. You see the earth ahead of you. And it is suddenly that as you draw out the light and its full power, the sun radiates and touches everything. The earth basking the coffin in more light than it's seen for a while. And it is also at that moment you hear there is this from nearby. You turn to the other direction, and you see a hand shoot directly out of the earth with a sudden. And slowly but surely, you see one by one dragging themselves out of the earth. A series of distant, these strange-looking women, one by one. You see these. You see one by one these women pull themselves out of the earth. They are wearing fine dresses, fine jewelry, and most importantly, have the pale skin, sharp fangs, and glaring, hateful eyes of vampire spawn. And that is where we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Alright, my friends, there will be a short message and then we'll be back to the action with a reveal for episode 30. Don't go anywhere, we will be right back. That is the end of part 1, but because this is on YouTube, and thanks to the magic of editing, part 2 is coming right up, so don't go anywhere. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more awesome content. And if you want to be kept up to date with all videos posted on the channel, you can follow me on social media or hit the bell notification icon down below and select all. You can also find the share button there if you know anyone else that might love this content. And with that said, here's part 2. And we're back now for the big reveal. The truth is, my friends, this is actually not episode 30. Episode 30 was technically last week. Now, if you count Death House, the one-shot, which I do, it's in the playlist when we did it, then episode 29 was actually episode 30, and that would make this episode 31. There's nothing special about this episode at all.
Oh,
I
Except
demand a
our
refund.
$5 budget.
Yeah, we should have celebrated last episode and we missed it. Oh well.
What can you do? The space is warped, time is bendable. Anyway.
Sad Foley. Wait, my bottle's empty.
It's even
Well-
sadder now.
On that empty bottle, and perhaps we've lost our bottle. Who knows? Jonan, take it away.
Vampires, roll initiative.
Hey, we're in the battle. Alright, let's do this. Do the thing.
Hey, Jonan rolls well, and we roll like dick.
I'm actually gonna get my water
And a
on because I need to drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I don't like going early.
Okay, so that's Elias, followed by Dem, followed by Seth, then then Seth, then Raf, and have you rolled, John? I can't see it.
Yeah,
11.
11. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it's then Seth, then Jean, followed by Maldraff, and followed by Keldrin. Okay, so with that, we come to the top of the round. Elias.
Alright, so they rise out of the ground.
Yes.
Okay. I have a plan. I would like to... Actually, no, it's not going to work because it'll only work on one creature, so never mind. I'll try that out later. I'm going to just run to the side, and I'm going to hold a attack action until one of them gets into melee.
Okay. So you arm your you step across and arm your weapon, almost like a as we come out of their turn. These three women stand up and they go, how dare you trespass in this place with that filthy light? And one of the others speaks up and goes, we, the Brides of Strahd, will protect this place long after his death. The final one just goes, which you don't know if it's a shriek of rage or just general burning from the sunlight. Which, speaking of, it is already slowly starting to burn as they start on the light of Jean's sword. And with that, this one up here is going to make the first attack on you, Jean.
Go for it.
With the 2 claws. Okay, the first one is a miss. 19.
Just.
Okay, so you managed to parry one strike away, but then the hand comes in quicker than you expected and manages to you take 9 points of slashing damages. It just manages to get the great aged cheek and it draws blood. And with that, this person. So they managed to just get behind you.
All right.
And he's going to go for...
I see the oof machine is coming to visit me. Yep.
Okay. They they land an attack, but instead, make me a strength saving throw as as she leaps onto you and is trying to pin.
14.
Okay, you're still it's a worry, but before so there's a moment when she they essentially leaps on top of you and is you're struggling to get against her, and she feels her tightening her grip and as if she's rearing her head towards you, but you manage to and just fight out of the apple and manage to take you off. So she goes for one more claw attack. This time it's a complete miss. So you throw her off, and then as she tries to come for a slash, you blink, knock her aside of your forearm. And finally, this one is going to move up here, and is instead going to try and make a claw attack against you. Sir.
Wow.
And there should be one more incoming. Come on.
Reeling it back slowly.
25 hits. You take you take 6 points of slashing damage as you manage to duck out of the way of the first swipe, but then they come in hard and getting 3 claws straight into your shoulder. You take it wasn't meant to be an advantage, so you only take the 5 points of slashing damage of that one. And with that, it comes round to Seth.
Did I get my reaction for them coming into melee?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a shot at one of them.
Okay.
The one closest to me, I really don't want to rile it up, but what you can do? It's going to attack me anyway, so let's do it.
Wow.
That would have been a 20. It's the lower of the two, because disadvantage.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, that is a hit. It's you.
Okay.
Okay. So, that's a hit. As you fire straight into her back, as she was thrown off and stumbling back by Jean's block, and it's a strong hit on a normal human. It would have been a grievous wound, but even as it is, it still leaves a vicious. It still leaves like a vicious cut on her back as the arrow digs in. It's let's see. Another roll. So,
Elias just presses their back against the wall and realizes there's nowhere further back to go, and that's it.
Okay. With that, Seth, you're up.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark the one that attacked me.
Okay. That's the one with the red hair.
With the silvered arrows, I'm going to... I'll try a sharpshooter at first.
Okay.
You get Colossus Slayer too, because light just instantly burns these things.
Unfortunately, that's a yes. You fire, but she is able to duck out of the way inside.
With that, I'll try for a more accurate shot.
That's a hit. Other matter that you fire the first shot, she ducks down, and you almost get behind the gangster style, pull the arrow back, and just hit her in the back of the head as she's stuck down.
That's 18.
Okay. Unfortunately, the silver doesn't seem to have any other effect on the vampires, but it does leave a solid mark on the back of the neck. So that comes down to, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there's still a solid mark on the back of the head as it slams straight in there.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Oh. They're gonna learn that death is just a feeling.
I'll double down again this time for a sharpshooter.
Alrighty. And that just hits. She tries to she clutches the back of her head and tries to pull back, but you are able to strike her as she pulls away. Okay. Alrighty. And with that, let's see. It is again another vicious blow. The vampire resistance prevents it on being a critical hit, but it is still a very solid hit on its.
And a fourth and final strike.
Go for it. That's a miss, unfortunately.
Risk reward on these sharpshooters is unfortunately not reward this time.
Yeah.
Nope.
Remember to collect your broken arrows. Keldrin has mending.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to make some on the downtime as well.
Okay. So as you fire the series of arrows, this figure manages to dodge some, but still takes grievous wounds for the ones it did take. And with that, Jean, you're up.
Delicious. I am going to focus on the ones most in threat range of the squishies. So this one right beside me, how's it?
They're both kind of looking relatively the same at this point.
Cool. In that case, I'm just going to 1-2 on the one to my left in the death mask.
Go for it. That just misses, unfortunately, but that one definitely hits.
Cool.
You cut.
So, yeah.
So, all right, yeah. Go ahead and roll your damage for the second strike. As they, you swing the blade. They manage to dodge it aside, but you're able to flash it back round into a thrust and catch her straight into the chest, and she screams as the sunlight burns straight through her. So that is
14.
Let's see. Yeah, and I believe. Let's see.
And I have already doubled it, so.
Oh, you've already doubled it. Okay, good to know. So that's 14 damage. So it can add it catches her skin, and she lets out a terrifying shriek as the sunlight burns straight through her skin. She is looking pretty badly wounded, but is still not able to fight.
Okay, I am going to second wind.
Okay. You're still a little wounded from all the portcullis action earlier, but the adrenaline is enough to get a little bit of energy back into the system, even if it's not as much as you would.
All right. Someone who has a better memory than a longer memory than 5 seconds. Remind me, did I use action surge in our last session?
I think you did. I think you did it on the nightmare.
That would make sense.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, I did. That's fine. I will just stay
You should
here.
write that shit down somewhere, man.
You gotta understand something about me. I don't take any notes about anything. So, yeah, I'll just stay here and keep sponging up attacks.
Okay. And with that, we come to Maldraff. You're up.
Being as both of those two seem pretty bashed up, I'm not going to burn anything crazy, but I will just move into flanking and start wailing with the
Okay.
I believe you'd end up taking an attack of opportunity.
You would from this one up here.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. So
Never say that. Famous last words.
18. Yes. So she tries to swing at you, but it just bounces off your armor, and you come in with a blood spit straight onto this one, which is a very.
Okay, I was hoping for a crit.
Yeah. Oh, both hits. Yeah. Oh no, wait. That's just the first attack. Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead and roll your damage for that one.
Aye.
You catch a glancing blow, which is it's not quite enough to it's not a significant damage, but it's another small area to the skin, and the black flame jets out and adds a bird on top of that. So,
The most heavy metal of us.
And
Okay.
just for shits and giggles, we'll see if it can redeem itself.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Hey!
Okay, and yeah, with that, the vampire shrieks as he looks a bird and turns around to attack you, and then you just, and the sight knife appears out of nowhere and slams straight into its side, and that is a 13 points. It's a very significant blow. Like it's almost kind of like it's all about you'll watch it and it's kind of go ah. And it just connects about mid-section and causes it to stumble back.
I'm satisfied.
And that'll be me.
And with that, Keldrin, you're up.
Well, first off, I need to jump over this teleporty bullshit. If I have a 10-foot running start, which I do, I should be able to just clear 18 feet.
Okay.
I've got an acrobatics and athletics check ready for you if you need it.
Okay, I'll say since you have a running start, you can go ahead and make the athletics or acrobatics. It's up to you.
Athletics. Oh, come on. That doesn't work that way. All right. Add 4 to whatever I roll.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, I will say, I will say that unfortunately you tried to get a running start. Actually, you know what?
I try to do a wave, and I just kind of misjudge.
Yeah, I will say you try to sort of slowly build up a wave, and you crash down. You think you've made it, but then unfortunately, the lower half of your water crashes down on the other side, and you end up back in the pit.
Yay! I have 30
However,
movement. I guess
I'll say that because Jean's rope is still there, you're able to slowly pull yourself out of it. If I could just move you back to, let's see, where actually.
I'd have 20 feet movement left still.
Okay, so there we go.
This teleport is turning into like the new spike shields.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're up here.
Oh god, the spike shields!
Yeah, that's
bad.
That's a reference from Company of Might and Valor, which will be out one day.
One day, yes. In some form.
Shift click me back to where we were as well.
I will, don't worry, I'm just letting Kilda know where she is.
Thanks, that's as far as I can get, right?
Yep, that's about as far as you can get from there.
Use my movement to dash? My action to dash, that way. Or was that part of the climbing up?
I would say it's part of the climbing up.
Gotcha. Next.
Okay, with that, we come back to the top of the round. Elias, you're up.
Okay, I was gonna save this, but I think the other two of them are distracted enough as it is. So Elias will take a moment to use their arcane energy to create an illusion behind the one on the right. They are gonna see Strahd behind them, and Strahd is gonna order them to cease what they're doing because these people are their honored guests. And they need to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, so, first off, I can put that there, and then second...
I'm so glad I didn't run in saying, die undead filth. That would really have ruined things.
15 is the DC. Only one of them has to make it, the one I chose.
You conjure this illusion, and... Jean, you always have a fright as the visage of Strahd appears behind you. He goes, "You free? What are you doing? These are our honored guests. Can you not see?" The two of them is like, my lord. And they all drop and take a knee, whilst this one over here just goes, "What are you? What? What?"
To be clear,
Dead, Jim!
only the one to the right ever saw it.
Okay.
It is
So-
phantasmal force. They perceive it. I'm going on the idea that the other two are tied up enough. They won't notice this other one talking to nobody.
Right. So, she falls to the knee. So it's under this one here. Gotcha. Okay.
Right, and since she fails, to her it is completely real. If she starts to disbelieve it, she can use an action to try and get out of it. That's another
Okay.
save. But yeah, she believes
Alright.
it's real for now.
Okay. So, as of that, we come out to them, and the sunlight begins to burn away their skin in some more, and rather tragically, the one that saw the Strahd illusion, she takes the bow, and you always see a smile creep across her face as she goes, "My lord," takes a bow, and then slowly dissolves into ash that fades away on the wind.
Wow.
That's my bad. I didn't realize she was so injured.
Yeah, she only had about 10 hit points, I'm afraid.
Oh, is that the one on the left? I meant the one on the right, where it is.
Oh, this
Yeah, you did
This one
say
here.
right.
Yeah, because that's the one furthest away from me.
Okay, so she is able to do that. The other one, no, I'll make the charm mark on her. The other, this one slowly. In fact, actually, I've got a different death in mind for her. She said really to the ground by the spiritual weapon redeeming it. Something. He then slides and tries to stumble to her feet and goes, and then dissolves into nothingness.
She also took 3 psychic damage for what it's worth as well.
Okay, this one. Okay,
Yep.
So on top of the radiant damage would be that.
It sort of admonishes her by, like, striking her. It's how she perceives it.
Okay, and okay, hey, that the say so. Strahd smacks across the Okay, hey, I'm just gonna do something real quick here.
It's a weird
There we
spell,
go.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was trying to get a grasp of the whole situation. Okay, so we'll come to it in a moment. First, this one's already burnt out of existence. This one is gonna try and attack you, Seth. Actually, no. First of all, it's gonna try and leap towards you, Jean. That's a miss. And it's going to try and... Actually, no, it won't do that. It's going to stay there and try to make another claw attack. Okay, it's a completely useless. You were just knocking away all of its attacks, and it just sort of sits there and hisses as the you point the sunlight blade in her direction. The other... it falls also at these kind of really from the. You kind of see her flinch as if in her mind she's taking a slap to the face. Goes, "But my lord, I'm sorry. You instructed us to defend us, and this one carries a light." And
If she starts to disbelieve it, she can make an
And she's gonna make that
investigation
check
check
right now.
against the 15 spell save DC.
okay, she's gonna make that check right now,
Uh,
and still for Eagles as the illusion is back. Fool! I am more powerful than you could possibly imagine. You deserve this. And, I'm sorry. She bows again as the steam and smoke still rises from her vampiric body. With that, she's used up her action. So, Seth, you're up.
Is this the second or the third round? I forget.
The second round.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm on my last 2 hours.
That's fine. He's actually so OP. He's a sword fighter and he's been using arrows to sort of stem it.
Because I am not left-handed.
Actually, I was thinking more. I was thinking more of Bleacher. When did you become under the delusion that I was a bow user? Anyway.
Oh God, I remember that too.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll all your damage as this will make some desperate attacks against Jean, but it's continuously missing. It is okay. Hey, see, he is looking really rough as the steam and the scars are slowly piling up and reducing her body into an incredibly weakened state. It looks like she's not going to last for much longer.
And with that, Seth will notch his last arrow.
And that's a hit. Okay, hey, and let's see. Wait for the other dice to come in. Okay. You make a knock that hits a square in the head, and the body slowly begins to begins to crack. It's only a matter of time now. You've done your part, and now the light of Jean's sword is going to take care of the rest. It is literally one shove away from crumbling to dust. And with that, we come to Jean. You're up.
I'm just looking up a ruling right now.
Is it how much you rule?
Yes.
Just
Wait,
kill
no,
it.
that's completely out of character for me. Where is it? Aha! That's what I figured. The one on the right of me is not taking that much damage, correct?
Yes. She's the only damage in fact, you guys haven't hit her yet. The only damage she's taken is being by proxy to the radiance of your blade and the psychic damage from the phantasmal force.
Okay. In that case, does the phantasmal force count as an ally?
It does not. It's not real for anyone else except her.
Yeah,
That's fine.
in fact, as far as you're concerned, you see the other one turn back around, and you just see this vampire is now bowing to nothing.
Well, she's kneeling. That's advantage, though, right?
I wish.
That is true. I did rule it as that. So,
Oh shit!
you are right. I did specifically say she took look at the God. I should be careful what I was saying. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so that's going to be
It's a hit this either way.
Okay. And smite.
Oh god.
And now we see how much he rules.
33 points of radiant damage.
You bury the blade deep into her back, and she lets up out a scream. It's like with the other one. It looks like she's barely held together by It looks like she's barely holding together, and she's just reaching out and going, "Oh my lord, Strahd, please!" And with that, you land a second blow straight into her back, and with one last.
Actually, may I, as she says that and speaks her final words, may I sidestep decapitation?
Sure. You quit. As she makes one last desperate outstretched plea to the image of her, to the image of her Lord and Master, the head slowly falls off, and then the body slowly dissolves into dust.
Cool. Now I'm going to give Seth advantage because that's the deadliest thing in the known universe.
Okay, Maldraff, you're up.
Well, it's only one thing to do, really.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I can't get advantage, but whatever. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not enough.
That just misses as her final flight instincts kick in, and she just manages to knock the spear out.
Alright, go, spiritual weapon.
Okay. And that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Surprising form for spiritual weapon as of late.
I know.
Yeah, it as it bats the spit out of the way, the spiritual weapon comes right out from the side, and you just see the scythe poke straight through her body out the other side, and then the force of the energy just causes her body explode into dust before it fades on the wind. And finally, there is silence in the crypt once more.
Just from the very far back, you hear like a. As I try to run closer to combat.
The cruelties of D&D sometimes. But yeah, here we are. Back again, and in the silence of in the silence of the Castle Ravenloft, and more importantly, Strahd's tomb.
All right, I will. I'll just deactivate the sun.
Sorry, I didn't mean
The
to
sun
press that.
sword.
Pick up
Misclick.
the arrows.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Also,
I'll deactivate the sun sword and holster it and such.
And almost
Okay.
ceremoniously, trying to make use of the misclick wording, Elias walks off to their fading illusion and just brushes it aside as it disappears into thin air.
the illusion vanishes, and actually, that's a point. Is detect magic still up on you at this point?
No, I had to have concentration on that. But
Fair. Okay.
being as this place did have hazards in it, I will recast that,
Alright.
sit down, and start preparing the spell.
Okay.
Should I drop water elemental, and while he does his 10 minutes, I can fix 10 arrows?
There's no urgency at the moment. I mean,
Cool.
I have backup-ish weapons.
What if there's
Okay, so
backup Strahd in there though? Like,
well, I was about to resolve that actually. 2 ports of call. Did the vampires have anything valuable on them? I doubt it.
Jewelry, you said so.
Yeah, it's pretty much just.
Oh, what was that accent?
It's pretty much just. It's fancy jewelry and clothing. They'll be probably worth, like maybe a gold piece or two in markets, given how they've aged and have been in dirt. But but it might be able to make some money off of them, but nothing much aside from that.
I'll leave those. to
Children ain't gonna jump this thing anymore, so it's up to you guys what you loot.
Well, the biggest port of call for me is to look at the others. Now that I have a clear line of sight outside, and I hear the distant splooshing, I'll be like, "Kel, oh no." I'll call out, "You all right out there?" Sploosh, sploosh.
I can't do a thumbs up and Foley and hold push to talk. It doesn't work.
Oh, dude.
In that case, I'll look at Maldrath and say, "Well, you're the expert on this. Shall we destroy this thing?"
I am concerned that it's trapped. We should probably ask our resident trap expert to maybe have a look at it before we do anything drastic. Last thing I want to be teleported into another pit full of whites.
Elias is concentrating and muttering arcane words and just sort of nods when you say trapped, like as it probably.
I'm happy to wait for him to do whatever he's doing.
And I
Okay.
will While that's happening, I will investigate these alcoves.
Okay. Which echo are you using for this? Perception or?
Investigation.
Okay.
One thing I would like to ask just quickly out of character, because I've not updated my spells for any future levels. Am I able to consecrate this ground when we're done? Or is that an actual spell in itself, as opposed to just like something that I would know being as I'm a cleric?
Consecrate and desecrate, at least in Pathfinder it is.
Ceremony is a spell that can consecrate, like the one that he just accidentally clicked on.
Yeah, I had a look. I couldn't see it in there. That's why I misclicked, because I was looking to see if it had like a consecration or some sort of sanctify or something.
Let's see that. Kind of a rest of border, dedication. Touch one to be dedicated to your god. Funeral, right? You touch one, calls it.
Basically, I want to just try and turn this into holy ground, so it's definitely 100% out of his reach if he is even still a threat.
I will say, there is a spell that you can use out of character called Hallow, but it requires so much money.
I don't have it on the list, so I may not be the right level yet.
It's
level 5.
Spell.
Yeah,
and it takes 24 hours to cast.
Yeah,
there's also that.
It's something you make a mental note to come back for later. Also, super quick, can you hear the music on your guys' end? Or?
No.
Yes.
Okay, phew. So, with that then, as you investigate the Jean, let's see,
Let's hope this is music to our ears and not a deathly sound we hear from John.
Oh god. Actually, I took LLI. I just relooked. The treasure section was in the wrong bit for some weird reason. The things that Strahds are wearing are actually worth quite a lot of money. One of them was wearing a tiara worth 750. One of them was wearing a bracelet that's worth 100. The tattooed red wedding gown, she had a head scarf with precious jewels that was 750, and a platinum necklace with a black opal, which was worth 1,500.
That's so much money.
Wait, I'm writing it down.
Elias is casting a spell right now, but we'll be sort of gathering those up afterwards because jewels.
And also, okay, you know what? I'm just going to copy and drop it into. I'll just drop it into the chat right now. But basically, it's an items that are worth considerable amounts of money. So.
Okay, so like essentially, Elias does like a double take after thinking that's worthless junk. Wait a minute, is that a real one of those? I thought it was a fake.
Yeah, that's a good retcon. We'll use that.
It looked like a Claire's item, but no.
Okay.
May I just point out 10 platinum rings that will gemstones worth 250 each, 2,500 GP.
Are there any diamonds in those rings at all?
Unfortunately,
resurrection purposes.
Damn it! Why are there no diamonds?
This campaign is cruel, yo. Also, speaking of which, John, as you're investigating, you have a look around and you have a look into the alcoves, and as you at first, they don't appear to have anything in them specifically, but as you step into let's see, as you the first alcove doesn't seem to have anything. The second alcove is fine. As you step into this one, yet just to quickly investigate, you vanish once more. Except this time, you don't end up in a pit. You, and I just need to double check the number quickly.
End up in the fires of hell.
That's what I'm expecting.
I'm just getting like images of Lord of the Rings where he's on the top of the tower.
No, not on that accurate all this time. No, instead, you end up randomly inside another crypt. It's like, from your vision, it's like you step into the alcove, and it's like stepping through a door, and you just end up inside. You just end up inside one of the crypts with the door still open.
Oh, this might as well happen.
And you step
I
outside
make my
again.
way back.
and fun enough, you look at the door, and then you realize, oh, that's what it was. It was the crypt that had the words, "Pass not these portals, ye foolish mortals." You realize, oh, this is a shortcut that's supposed to get you past this. Okay.
Another
Yeah, we saw that earlier and wanted none of it. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I look at that, and my reaction is what I'm about to do.
Oh my god, guys! If Bankers is okay, we have so much fucking cash.
I take all the jewelry and stuff, but I can't carry the dresses because, you know, they would definitely not be concealable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also, I don't think they're worth anything.
Yeah, it's
Just
more the jewels that they had on them.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the jewels and stuff then. I have like a little box for jewelry that I got at the end of Death House.
Can I move back in here and see if it teleports me back into the room?
You step inside, and indeed, it does. This time you come out of the other alcove over here.
I would like to look at the others, just deadpan, staring, and say, that was a shortcut.
Of course it was. Right, let's have a look at this coffin and deal with it once and for all, I suppose.
Okay.
Elias, would you do the honors?
If 10 minutes are up and my ritual casting's done.
They are. I will say by this point, as soon as John said there's a shortcut, you suddenly sense the conjuration magic from both the alcoves. You're like, alright, teleportation spell in there. Okay. The coffin itself, it appears to be completely empty right now.
Okay.
There's no magic power coming from it anyway.
Nonetheless, I'm going to move to the far end of the room. Actually, let's go to the steps. Yeah, sure. And I will use my mage hand to check it for traps from the steps.
Okay. You use the mage hand, it's sort of knock it, shove it a few times. No reaction from the coffin.
Alright then. Is it locked?
Yeah, Kelter, with that shake, you'll still trying to get back on there. And if you've never seen a water elemental get tired and just go, but that's essentially what's happening.
I'm getting attacked by a moth or something.
Yes,
Is it
no,
Keldrin in another form, like, loot, where is it?
I'll crack that coffin open and see what we've got.
Okay, make me, I believe it's a strength check, but I'm just double checking. Let's see.
I'm still staying away. I was going to mage hand open it for a distance, but I wasn't sure if it was locked or not.
Okay, yeah, make me a strength check for me.
I would be helping because I'm on the other side, if that counts for anything.
Okay, do it with advantage.
Oh, Jesus.
Whew, all the good rolls are gone.
That works. It's a little stiff and hard to open at first, but then John steps in to help out. Between the two, you go, and you throw it open, and you see that inside it's completely empty. Nothing at all.
At least we can be sure, because if he did survive, he would have come back here for sure.
You want to go ahead and smash it anyway?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
What
Can I
follows is
sacred
next.
flame it and just burn it like with holy fire?
Sure. You raise your hand above it, and the coffin just burst forth into this mixture of black and white divine flames as they lick up and burn it into nothing but a pile of ash. And Keldrin, whilst all this is going on, you suddenly hear the distant voice from eastern side of the room. Hello, Buster, you down here? Are you awake?
I gloop in alarm.
You see, and you hear footsteps coming from the eastern side,
It's
the
right,
western
turn into a puddle.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check whilst this is happening.
If I see this, I'm going to go through the emergency exit.
Make me a perception check.
Since I'm at the stairs, can I also make a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
And myself?
Yeah, sure.
21.
Yep, you hit it. And
I suppose I should probably do
Plus
Yeah,
2, it's a 16 stealth.
yeah, okay. You all. Yeah, you all hear it. He wasn't. It's not like he was trying to disguise it. This guy is just sort of going, Buster, are you around?
So
Hello?
we hear them saying, "Master, are you around?"
Yes.
Okay, Elias,
And-
because Jean going forward, puts a hand on him and quietly says, "Dead master." Turns into Strahd.
Oh. Okay. You transform yourself to look like Strahd and step through the alcove, which leads you back to. I'll just move your cat over here, and you hear the sound coming from this direction over here. And I'm just going to double check something very quickly with this guy. Okay, of course she's not here. So I'll say, hey, that's the scene to see the steps around on the corner. Goes, Mustard, are you here? He steps forward, sees you, and he goes, oh, fuck the stars, Mustard. I was wondering where you had been. You had stepped out a second ago, and there's all this ruckus going on downstairs, and there's even a giant puddle I wasn't aware of before. I'll have to mop that up.
No, that will not be necessary.
Are you sure, Mustard? It's getting quite ruckus in here. There's been all this thing happening with the screaming, the scary old lady, and the witches are acting up.
The witches are acting up. In what way? Tell me.
I don't know. You always told me to just keep my head down and do the cooking and look after the guests, which is what I've always done. If you want me to listen out to things, I will listen out for the things.
You have served me well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Strahd, if you... oh, yes, sorry, Master, I came here to say that the breakfast is ready. If we go to the hall, it'll be up there. I've got all the favorite dinery out there and everything. And he starts walking, guiding you towards this staircase over here.
Okay. I have probably a good idea what breakfast is as well. Elias is gonna, tap the wall, pretty obviously, as in, tap, tap, follow, but try not to be clunky, if you can help it.
Okay.
Servant, tell me all you've seen. Even the smallest detail could be important.
Okay. Well, there's all the zombies outside, but you told me that we were gathering them for something important. you were very angry back then. I'm glad to see you're feeling better now. I hope your enemies have been turned into a pile of ash. There was a lot of rumbling, and you were very angry. Again, hope the enemies have turned into ash, like they always should.
Yes, you shall feel my anger if you disobey me. Now tell me what you've seen.
Yes. Let's see. The witches have been running around saying something about Baba. One of your little guests is looking. He's looking very angry recently. He's been pacing about a lot recently. Escher, he had a sad look in his face, then said something about curse you, Baba. That's really about it.
Escher?
Yes, spelled like this.
Cool.
And Elias, you can make me an intelligence roll.
Yep.
And funnily enough, the music kicked in on my side half an hour later.
Sometimes the music loads really slowly. That's a weird thing that happens. Intelligence. Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just to see if you remember something. You do recall seeing another, aside from this small figure who you recognize as Strahd's manservant, who you've never heard Strahd use his actual name for, but you do know that you have seen somewhere up on the higher towers there is this male vampire that's been hanging around. You suspect that, much like the wife, he was like either a servant or a consort of some kind for Strahd. But this is the first time you've ever heard his name direct.
I see. Well, the thing is, Elias is convincing to a servant. Probably not very convincing. But we'll see where this goes. I have a feeling that breakfast is probably innocent people that are going to be sacrificed, so kind of want to save them and start trying to make amends for some of the things Elias did beforehand. So let's see where this goes.
And as you're pondering that, he thinks a little bit more and goes, sorry about that. I also forgot. Gertrude was placing a bounce and asking when you'll be back. I told him I don't know, and she did that human thing where they do the down to mouth and then just did the whining noises, I guess. And
what is he?
What was that?
What is he if he says the human thing?
Okay. I'll say you can kind of see this. He is like a small. It's strange. He looks human, but he has some like really odd growths on him, like some. It's not quite werewolf or even any other kind of hybrid. If anything, it looks like these. It looks like this poor little man has had like his body has all these like weird growths on it. There's like tufts of fur just in random places. It looks like the results of some kind of experiment, but he's a very sorry-looking creature indeed. He then, and the final thing he says, and I believe that's repeat. Some of the bones in the hollow bones are a bit crooked, but I fixed that now.
Alright, Gertrude doesn't mean a lot to Elias, but everyone will know that's who Ward was looking for.
It's the kid.
Yeah, he said he fixed the bones.
And, yes, all the bones, everything is in tip-top shape and everything. I gave them all a polish. In fact, if you'd like to see my work, I can bring your breakfast there.
No, take me directly.
Oh, okay. Yes. Come along. Thank you, master. He then leads you over to this staircase here, and I presume everyone else is going to follow.
I will follow at a safe distance because my stealth is not fantastic.
Okay. In that case, as I move you all to the next map, everyone make me a everyone except Elias can make me stealth check. And
this is gonna be amazing. I'm going to. Holy shit. I'm going to invoke human determination so I don't roll with disadvantage.
I should have guidance myself, but I don't think it would have made a difference.
And I'm just going to bring the water elemental back in for Keldrin.
Elias clips to an alternate reality.
Okay, so
Elias
clips to an
is
alternate reality.
Yeah, Seth.
Okay, so if I just move Keldrin in there. Okay, so as you're all slowly walking up the stairs, you Elias you follow up as goes, oh wait, Blaster, let me he pulls out a hidden compartment in the wall and pulls a lever and goes, there we go, that disables the elevator trap. That thing is needlessly complicated. No need to worry about that now. Ooh, that's a lot of he goes, is someone else are we having guests? Only there seems to be a loud clanking noise and also a sound of water. Are you sure we don't have a leak?
Yes, my new playthings. They'll be joining me.
Yes, that makes sense. Is this the half-walk you were expecting, or is it another one?
This is an all-new entourage.
Oh, I see. Well, I've learned long ago to not bother trying to... I've learned long ago to not try to understand these things, just like you said.
Yes, you are
He then...
behaving well.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
If-
my god, he looks like misshapen furry Igor.
If it wasn't an illusion over Elias, there'll be like sweat beaming down their face.
He opens the door and you into this. Let me just get up the description for this place.
So flying by the seat of my pants right now.
There it goes. In this hall stands in silence. Sorry, this hall stands in deadly silence. Heavy beams support a sagging 10-foot high. Fog clings to the floor, obscuring everything that lies less than 3 feet above it. A giant shadow lurches in the ceiling as this small figure continues to shuffle down the corridor at a slow pace. I'll say that as far as this servant is aware, he's only aware of the giant puddle of water and the Maldrath. I will say that, let's see, why am I not seeing John's role?
I just really hope he doesn't know what they look like.
He doesn't know much at the moment, although I will say, Seth, you have completely disappeared into the ether, so you can pretty much move around as he wants at the moment. He's not noticed you at. And John, you're just about out lighting up, so...
It depends, I guess, how much Strahd would, like, rant about them, how much he might know about them.
Fun fact, I am just going to... Okay. He goes... He takes a look and goes, oh yes, the hooded guy you mentioned, I believe. Oh yes, correct if I'm wrong, Alistair, you thought that one might be the hardest one. You thought the orc would be easy. I'm surprised. Honestly,
how dare you question me?
I'm sorry, Master.
Proceed.
Okay, here we go. He opens the doors. And as you step up inside, numbers, here we go. You enter the Hall of Bones. Dark stains cover the floor of this area. Large oak tables, scarred and beaten, lay scattered like toys around the room. Their wood crushed and splintered. Replacing them are furnishings made entirely of human bones. The walls and the 20-foot high ceiling are sticky yellow color, not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because they are also adorned with bones and skulls, arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room to a morbid cathedral-like quality. 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corners of this ossuary, and gallons of skulls extend from the base of these mounds to a chandelier of bones that hangs above the ceiling, from the ceiling above this huge long table constructed of bones in the center of the room. 10 chairs made of bones also are festooned with decorative skulls on them, resting at the top of which is an ornate bowl and a vessel made of yet more bones. You step in. You notice that this door is the decorated skulls. You then notice there is a lot of shadow above this door. You look up, and you see a giant dragon skull decoratively placed right above the doors.
As Maldrath enters, he's obviously going to be immediately struck by the just sheer depravity of this place, and he's going to turn his back to our guide just so that he doesn't give away anything, and is just going to be absolutely struck just by the sheer blasphemous just display of everything. He's going to try and keep everything inside because it's just ridiculous. Just the I don't know, words fail me.
He looks at your expression and goes, "Oh, I see you like it. I made it myself for multiple victims. That skull is Master's favorite, isn't it, Master?"
Yes, I love that one.
He told me it was from an evil villain he vanquished ages ago, but I asked him how he did it. He then told me not to question him, and so I don't.
How large are we talking?
It's I'm trying to see if there's an exact measurement here, but it is considerably large. The best way to put it is the skull weighs about 250 pounds.
Okay, so that's coming out with us whenever we clear this place out. I'll just, I'm gonna say nothing, just kind of regarding the surroundings and trying not to be nauseated.
Elias is just doing the sort of, if it's going well, just act like you own the place. Sits down, puts the feet up on the table. The whole evil bad guy thing. But like, fortunately they don't see just like sweating real bad.
Okay, he goes, "Oh no, Master!" He runs forward, and at first you went, "Oh no, have I given us all away?" He then goes, "That's the crooked bit I mentioned before. If you could just put your feet off, and then I can." Thank you. I'll go and get breakfast. Please all take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. And then he starts marching off to the kid.
This poor idiot.
So, like, we just take the skull and go, right? While he's away. Right?
250 pounds is not gonna work.
Waiting for him to take a good couple of steps away and listening closely to make sure he doesn't stop to listen.
Alright, make me a perception check. Okay, you can hear the footsteps walking away, and I'm just gonna make it one more. You hear him walking away. He goes, "That puddle of water. I know he told me not to question it, but it is really, really large, and it seems to be moving."
If I hear him, I just be, "Carry on with your duty!"
Yes, son. And he runs, and I'll say, Keldrin, from your position, you can see him like running into this room over here. And as you hear him slam the door, you hear him shuffle quickly and then slam the door shut.
Instantly, I sort of stop leaning, get forward, and go, "Alright, what the fuck are we doing?"
I'm a puddle.
Because
Maldrath is just almost overwhelmed just by just this place. It is more than he has ever even beheld before. He's speechless. He's almost dumbfounded.
I'll level with you guys. I'm okay at disguises, and sometimes I can get away with lying, but I did not expect that to work. I have no plan whatsoever.
I will say, well, we're out of the dungeons at least, meaning that we're at least a bit closer to our goal of ending this. The trouble is, we don't know where to go next.
Well, if this guy gets a good look at me, or a couple of minutes go by, he's gonna know I'm not who he thinks I am.
Well,
How are we gonna carry the skull? And where are we gonna get out?
we don't have an exit, that's the thing.
Well, technically, we can go back down to that teleportation thingammy and teleport back into the Amber Temple. That should still work.
With enough time, we could drag it there, but we'd have to make sure the place is clear before we do that.
I'm just eyes on the skull, I'll say. Whether we get that out of here or not, the threat will still remain.
Maldrath
Whatever.
is just gonna turn. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I'll just the threat will still remain. we have no idea what the new master of the house plans, or how intimately they know our movements.
Well,
I think
Faber seems to be the biggest concern right now, and as far as most of them seem to think, Strahd might not be dead, so we can use that to our advantage.
Maldrath is going to turn to Elias and be like, "What I know of deception is you just got to keep them guessing. So, what I propose is before your disguise fails or wears off or he gets hip to it, if we say that perhaps Strahd, in his infinite wonderment, has somehow broken me and has now turned me to his ranks and has promoted me to, I don't know, somewhere high in his ranks, and that fellow should take his orders from me, and then you can make your leave, thus avoiding any suspicion. Because from what I understand, Strahd is always gallivanting around the countryside, making an complete.
Strahd was looking for a successor, so seeing as you were the hardest, that might be more of an accomplishment for Strahd, perhaps. Turning a priest of your nature to the other side.
I mean, he seems harmless enough, so as long as we can keep him on our side, then hopefully we should be able to navigate this place with little issue. He seems to know the traps. But I really would rather get out of this particular room.
Should we not put this wretched creature out of its misery?
He
Could
could still be
know.
useful.
Could know some more. Plus, I have a feeling that this meal could be innocents we can get out of there with their assistance, but we'll need a colourful story to do so.
He's gonna know that if you're not feeding on them instantly, there's something wrong.
I could claim they're unworthy. Strahd is pretty crazy. I mean, he was pretty crazy.
We could, here's what I propose. What I'm going to do is stand behind Elias as he's currently disguised. Sort of taking up sort of like an honor guard kind of stance. Here's what I propose. When he comes back, I'll whisper in your ear and you can pretend that it's something that needs your immediate attention and then excuse yourself. That way, you will have time to basically tell him that he is to take orders from myself. And then you can drop the disguise or whatever, and then we can take it from there, and he should hopefully bite on that.
Okay. I'm feeling better about this. I used to just flat out ask people their secrets and reasons. This is a little more subtle than that, so we'll see where it goes.
That way, no one has to pretend to be a vampire, and it just avoids any needless questions, hopefully. But doing that, I'm just going to quickly cast guidance on myself, because I feel I may need that, being as my rolls have been terrible.
Alright, you take this moment to prepare it, and Keldrin, from your position, you see they come through holding like this weird pot of something bubbling in there, and he looks at it and he goes, that looks really unfortunate. I should probably go in. Oh,
one thing quickly before he comes in. I want to put my hood back up so he can't see my face quite so easily.
Okay, you shuffle the hood back over once more, and then you see this bit. They come back and goes, "Hello, here is the soup," and you see this wretched smelling thing in front of you. You think it's meant to be a beef stew? It's or some kind of meat. If the meat was if the meat was aged and not very well, it just sort of gurgles in there.
Aged.
I have a feeling this is wet aged beef.
I'm trying to get the idea of like if this is better because I was expecting him to bring people in, or if this is worse because he's gonna expect to eat a bit of it. Oh boy.
You can make a perception check if you wish.
Yeah, I see how freaking keen he looks about it.
Okay. Okay. If you're looking at the soup, it's perception. This will be insight if you're looking at him.
Well, I'm looking at him. To be fair, I'll do that. Insight.
You could just take the 12 and add your insight modifier.
I'll re-roll it. Let me bring it up. My character sheet. Oh, insight is also 11. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You see that he really doesn't think about his job much. He just does what he can. There's like a hint of disappointment in there. Like he feels that it's not quite his best, but he's still happy with it. He then goes, "Here you go, master. Here is the soup. It's should be edible. I'll get some extra bowls for your guests."
I will take that moment to step beside Elias and, with a respectful sort of halfway between a nod and a bow, and just lean in and be like, "It's about that thing."
The servant.
"Oh, yes, my lord.
I would like to introduce you to my successor, Maldrath."
Ooh, you mean you're stepping down, my lord?
"From this moment on, you shall take orders from Maldrath as if they were my own."
He stares at you, and he goes, "Oh, well, if you're sure about that, okay. Hello, my name is Cyrus. I will happily give you food and do all the other things. I will activate the elevator trap if guests look rowdy. I will lead them into the secret bedroom and then keep them there so that you can talk."
Holy crap.
Have you captured any guests recently?
Not since those adventures about 86 years ago, no.
I see. Stay here. I wish for you to explain how things work around here to my new successor. I will take my leave and return momentarily.
Oh, okay.
He's such an idiot.
I'm so lucky. Gonna go outside and check where he came from.
Okay. So the record, he came from this direction over here. And you as he is doing this, Maldrav, you have one of the most frustrating conversations you ever have in your entire life. As he just goes, well, the three things work around here is that my lord does his biddings, and I fluff the pillows, and resort the bones, and cook his meals, and make sure any adventurers go into secret rooms, and I don't know why I do any of these things. It's all the bidding of my Dark Master, which I presume is you. So, Mr. Strahd don't know why. Oh, you are now the master, so you now know everything. I don't question anything.
I'll address him and be like, you've served Lord Strahd for quite some time, so that means you must be competent at your job at least. Now, this is my first time in this castle, and I'd rather not fall foul of any traps. Please, illuminate to me where I can find such traps, because if I fall into one, it will be the last thing you ever regret.
Let me see. Master says, don't go into any other crypts. There's the elevator trap, that's the only one I really know how to work. Those are the ones I know.
This guy is useless.
Very good.
He's such an idiot. He's like the inverse of the Alzheimer's lich.
As you enter this room and open it up slightly, you enter what appears to be, and if I could just quickly get the list. Nope, that's the wrong one.
I can only see a sliver of light from the doorway.
It's kind of dark. Let's see. A horrible odor of decay fills this steaming hot room. A huge pot boils over a blazing fire pit in the center of the room. Its green, muddy contents churning. The far left wall is lined with pegs. Hanging from them are various large cooking implements, some of which could easily double as implements of torture.
Alright, I still only see like a shoot of light from the doorway going out. It looks like there's line blocking to the left and right of me.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me just check something here. Okay, that... Why?
There you go.
So, you are in the kitchen. Anything else you'd like to say?
Doesn't seem to be any live people in here. That's what I was searching for. So, I will check around the place.
Okay, you have a look. The other thing of any real note is the pot, and at that point, you suddenly see from the pot there is a... And you see, rising from the pot is, at first it appears to be a face. And you're thinking to yourself, oh no. And then it appears to be, if I could just find the darn token. Okay, that's the one.
I'm so glad I didn't eat any of that.
It appears to be a zombie, which is slowly being boiled inside the pot.
Oh God!
That's hot.
Right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So the place that we were before was the larder. Like the water underground thing.
Today I'm binging with Ghoulish.
Right. Really want to put it out of its misery, but then... Yeah... it would be pretty obvious. Just... Elias steps outside, and like a puddle of water just sees a look on Elias's face like, I really wish I didn't go in there.
The puddle of water kind of raises a little bit of the head, so just like above the eye line, and it's like...
Just sort of a look down, and Yeah.
Meanwhile, back in the Hall of Bones, the useless conversation continues as it goes, I bring meals to Gertrude. Then I'm told not to do anything else to her. In fact, she looks at me with disgust, so I leave. Escher usually gets his own meals. At least I think he does. I'm not allowed to do anything with them. And I'm not allowed to do anything with Persephonus either.
Once you've done that, Lord Strahd has informed me that he has plans for Barovia. Can you gather the reports from the generals? I wish to know the status of this mission.
I don't know which generals. I have no idea who you're talking about.
This displeases me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm sorry. I will strive to know things.
He has the intelligence of a steamed ham.
Or in this instance, a slowly cooked zombie.
In that case, I will say, fine, I shall find this out myself. In the meantime, clean this place up. It's filthy.
Oh, yes, I will. I'm sorry about the crook. And it's suddenly at that point, there is a certain ping, 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 which is unfortunately coming from Seth.
Sending stone.
Then, at that point, Cyrus then looks around and goes, I know I can afford that before. What's that?
I say, it's none of your concern. Leave us now.
I'm sorry. I will strive to not ignore this little beep. Okay, bye. I'll go back to the stew. And runs past it. Are you still in your disguise, Elias?
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. As long as he doesn't use his action
passes by you and goes, oh my Lord Strahd, forgive me. I will now go and get the stew. And runs off.
Runs right over me and comes like...
And he just runs back.
I pick up the sending stone once he's out of earshot.
Yeah. You pick it up, and from the voice... hang on, let me just take a few notes. You suddenly hear... you suddenly hear the word from... no, you suddenly hear Lily's voice speaking across, and he suddenly goes, are you well? We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack.
Right now? This is supposed to be in time.
There was a pause. Then suddenly, oh, thank goodness. Yes, I don't know what it is. It appears to be this weird army of all those trees and this one giant one heading towards the walls, but something's happening. I don't know what.
Relay the message to the others, and we must leave now.
Wow, that is unexpected. Trees?
Druids?
Work of the witches, maybe?
Well,
That wretch did mention they were restless.
at least it doesn't seem to be all of Strahd's forces.
If they're even Strahd's, who knows what that other person's got control of.
There was mention of one of the portal things to the town, wasn't there? Or near the town.
That would be our quickest way out, for sure.
Go?
Ever since you've been a water elemental, we've been down to a 4-person RP party. It's so weird.
I still have 94 hit points to go, guys. I can't just let this go to waste.
I'll look up at the skull and say, If this is what it comes to, then coming to the aid of our companions is the first priority. I don't believe that even with all of us combined, we can wrest that thing down and into the dungeons with us.
Not with any haste, no.
But then it's still in here. Ah!
With
Well-
that, Seth's gonna make his way back to the portal room.
Okay.
I'll
Can I see if I can track down where that guy went?
Sure. I will say from Elder's point of view, you see that Iris went straight back into the kitchen. In fact, I think he even said he was going to work on the stew, so you know really much where he is.
Just before Maldraft heads towards the kitchen, put an arm on him. Prepare yourself. Quite the sight in there.
After this place. Shudder to think.
Keldrin is gonna try and take the skull. 'Cause-
I'm still in here, so
Have you seen that scene in Only Fools and Horses where they're trying to get the chandelier?
Okay.
Well, I am a very tall water elemental.
Okay. You
I'm
two
gonna.
make these strength checks.
I was actually gonna say if she tries, I'm gonna say, Keldrin, I know what it looks like, but saving the others comes first, and truth is, I worry of damaging it. I'll leave the call to you, but bear in mind that it will still be here when we return, and I imagine we will when this is all said and done.
I was gonna say, before I just run in there, do we know how the teleporters work to get back?
We don't know if
And
we
where
can
they are?
get back.
You know that.
Okay.
Okay. You know that the teleporter. The way it roughly worked is that there was a verse next to it, which basically said cast a gemstone into the fire, but it was very cryptic about which way where everything went. I will.
have no guarantee how to get back. It took us a natural 20 from a crazy lich to do it the first time.
That was reverse engineering. I remember
Yes,
that.
exactly. But how are we gonna?
DM,
If it's only a one-way path.
I will know how to get to the temple at least, right? Because that's where I went before.
Yeah, you went into. In fact, I will say, you know this because of your background. As far as Strahd was concerned, the teleportation was one way. The only other way you knew to get back was basically through the front door. So the fact that you managed to reverse engineer the teleportation is a miracle. So in a sense, you can get back to the castle just through the front door rather than this teleportation.
We need to either make the call and abandon the skull quest, because I don't think we're gonna be able to come back here.
I was just going to demand that guy tell me how to work the teleporter in Strahd's absence and everything. Whether he knows how to do that, I don't know, but it's worth a go.
Okay, so first off, that was the initial verse, so I don't have to do it all out again. Okay, Keldrin, if you are going to get the skull, I'll leave the call up to you, but you can go ahead and make a strength check. Meanwhile, whilst you're rolling that, Maldraff, are you going in or are you just opening the door?
Okay,
Okay,
if-
you go.
I will say, if Keldrin goes ahead with this, I will try to help either by making the strength check myself because I'm the stronger of the two of us. Like, she could water jet me up, I guess, and or I can assist her, if that's possible.
Okay. I will say, I'll say decide between the two of you who's making the strength check, and they can do it with advantage. And whilst you're this, I didn't add. Maldraff, you you open the door, and you actually see the sight of Cyrus actually getting a mallet and sort of beating this zombie back into the pot. Like, no, Stu, sorry,
I love that guy.
I'm not as good a cook as I used to be.
I'm just gonna literally just throw the door wide open and be like, "You, our enemies move quicker than we anticipated. I need to know how."
Oh, you mean the fire thingy? You basically throw a gem in there. They go places. I think it's written on the plank.
I mean, I guess I don't really disbelieve him because I mean he's been pretty straight with us so far.
He's being honest with you. He's just not that bright.
Right, and then how do I get back?
Well, you can either take the horse, or you can come through the front door. I'll let you in.
Very well, then. Expect us on our return. I'm just gonna slam the door.
Okay. The last thing you hear, oh dear, no one break. And with that,
So Sven, unless you don't want to take responsibility for my probably stupid choice, just from the modifier, you have +1 more than I do as a water element.
Well, my thinking is it's a good idea to get it down. Do I have any idea how hard this is going to be? Like, just looking at it, knowing my capabilities.
I will say that... Okay, I will say it would probably take... It would probably take about 2 or 3 of you to carry it. You could just about outdo it. Like, progress would be slowed, but you could just about outdo it. You know,
I'm a big water elemental with 18 strength.
I don't want to break the skull. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put it this way. It's not really a question of breaking the skull. It's a huge freaking dragon skull or bones. That's probably why it was up there to begin with. It's more a question of can you get it down so that you can carry it out.
Right.
Whilst they're deliberating, is there enough time for me to do what I did with Cyrus, whatever his name is, and then make it back to the Hall of Bones whilst they're still deliberating?
I'm just gonna roll +4 to whatever I do.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, I will say with that you see this water rise up and it's like trying to wrench it off, and then Jean have like a brief moment of hesitation and then go. You then leap up and you can see where its fixtures are in, and you just slash it with your sword, and then you see this skull land. It's like the best way I can describe it.
I try and water mattress it. Bloop.
Funny enough, I was going to say it's like you're seeing a water mattress cushion a giant dragon skull. This is D&D, everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nick, you didn't have to do that. I was gonna do it.
So between that, the free, I will. Unless you want to do anything, is there anything you want to do before you go back to the teleportation room?
No, fuck it. We're fucking off.
We're going.
Okay. So, as I just slowly prepare everything, you guys are one by one. You all, you hurry back to the teleportation room. I'll say, one of you, it's enough. Frankly, the water elemental is huge enough to help you carry most of it. I'll say that Jean, it's enough for you and Jean to carry it. A third person who joins will be able to make it move slightly faster.
Oh, that's just for that.
But okay, so you, Jean, and let's see. I'm just trying to move all the tokens back into place. But yeah, you, Jean, and Madra
gonna stay up front just in case someone comes, guess we'll tell them I'm moving it because I don't like it there. There's too many bones. I don't know.
Okay.
Too much of a good thing, don't you know?
Mm-hmm. So you all make your way slowly down the corridor, carrying this thing. Elias, you are going ahead, and you notice once again with a combination of the rope, you're able to help everyone get over the corridor trap from earlier. And I will also say you're able to get the skull is large enough that it literally it's like literally the size of the trapdoor, like just over. So you actually sort of place it down like a bridge, get yourselves over, and then slowly drag it across. It's a heat of gymnastics, but you are able to drag it over. And I'm just going to place all the tokens back in their place before I move. It
the
is
things I do for Pelor.
In fact, I can. That's probably going in your mind as you're dragging over this thing. And as the three of you all bringing this across, Elias, make me a perception. Well, okay. As you enter the teleportation room, you start to hear groups of let me go! Let me go! Strahd will not like this!
I'll immediately go to the voice.
Wait, okay. It's coming from the other side of the. Oh no, of course you're not on the map yet. You're hearing it. You're to give you the situation. Sorry, I'm trying to quickly bring everyone onto the
That's
map.
all right. We are running across with a giant skull. Once I'm there, if you shift click me there, I will see where we're
will.
at.
So, oh yeah, nope, that's the wrong. Deering at high speed. You essentially descend the staircase, and you see the familiar door that you passed through right in front of you. And I'm just going to give the water elemental its sight back. And as you step through, you see. Are you stepping through, or are you stepping behind the door for now?
So where did I hear the voice?
Right here.
Oh yeah, I will step through still as Strahd.
Okay. You step through, and as you do so, you see two obviously witch figures holding what appears to be a young hostage, and a figure you've seen multiple times before. A very handsome-looking man with sort of full-on look in his eyes. And you step through and he goes, "Oh, Strahd, you look very well for a dead man, or shall I say, beyond undead."
Death cannot conquer me. Release her and leave me now.
Make me a deception check at disadvantage.
Oh, come on, Elias.
Alright, let's do the thing. Bring up my character sheet. And roll the dice. This is all this is all anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
Yeah, deception is plus 12.
Okay. Okay, he
28, nice.
He looks at the two and goes, "Oh, yes, of course I should have. Yes, I should have seen right through that. Oh man, I don't know who this Baba is, but she's been really the witches hit this and hold back of the woman and go, no, it's a lie, but." It's a lie. Miss Baba told us they destroyed Strahd, body and soul. The other one speaks up. Yes, Baba is an ancient one whose power is great. You do not question her judgments lightly.
You do not question me! I cannot be destroyed! Release her now. Plans have changed. The attack will happen when I say so, and not before.
Make me one more deception check. At disadvantage again, sorry.
No, this time it's only 15.
Okay. Before anything happens, can I hear this conversation?
I will say, yeah, as you can hear it on the other side because they've left the door.
Okay. If that's the case, if this goes south, I'm not activating it, but my hand is on the Sun Sword. And if I hear the sounds of battle, I will come in and nuke the first thing I see.
Okay. As the witches hit this and go, who are you really? You are a powerful being, my lord, and if I am wrong, forgive me. But I don't believe we are, and I don't believe Barbara is wrong either. She commands a terrible iron magic might. Not quite. And the only thing that separated you from her was control of the land, and now she has control. I don't know if your lover boy has ever noticed. I don't know if you even gave him a sliver of that power, did you?
You shall not question me. You shall do as I say now.
Let's put Ashes steps forward and go. I really tell me this, Strahd. Because I want to know. What do you think of me?
Gonna walk right up to him. I'm just gonna put my hand on the side of his face and cradle him. Do you have to ask? Now, are you with me or against me? Deception check again.
Yes. This time just a straight roll.
Holy shit, I love rogues.
You see the forlorn look in his eyes, so if anything. And there I was, thinking that I was just a forgotten toy. He turns towards the witches and he goes, release the girl, would you? The witches hit S and they start looking back and forth to each other and then go, no, I think we'll play a different game. Then one of the claws suddenly shoot out their hands and they bring it up to the good shooter goes they bring it up to the girl's neck and she goes, I don't have to improve it, Strahd. How would you feel if we slit this girl's throat right open in front of you?
Can I barge in then?
It's entirely up to you.
Fuck it. Sun Sword out. Dead on charge.
Okay. And with that,
I know the thing is, I've heard the name now. I know who it is.
Alrighty, make me. Everyone, roll me initiative as we enter this.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're in the end game now, Tinky Winky.
Oh, come on!
Okay. Let's see.
Holy shit, Seth!
I don't think I need to roll that again.
Oh yes, the two who count the two who count for the most go first.
Okay. And where's that pencil gone? Okay, so we have. So we have the Seth at the top, followed by Elias. That's what the time we'll use the Dex this time, so then be them, followed by Jean, followed by Maldrath, and finally Mildred. Okay, so
how does the
at the
saying
top
go?
Of the round,
in the back where I belong?
No. with that, Seth, you are up.
I've got eye of sight on one of the witches here, haven't I?
Yep.
I have just blown through the door, so you should.
Yeah. I'll open up with a hunter's mark and then put a pair of sharpshooters into it.
Okay. Okay, that is a solid hit. As Jean bursts through the door, they instantly turn and go, "What?" And let's see, that is a grand total of, and that is the last word she ever says. As he goes, "What?" and goes to a pool of blood on the floor.
Then I'll enter the room and shoot at the other witch.
Okay. Okay, that is Actually, wait a second. Let me just check something real quick. Oh my word, it's a hit. So, go. I knew these.
But Jesus.
And yeah, that's
Colossus Slayer plus Colossus Slayer. Oh no, that's the next one.
Yeah, she's not injured.
And it's not unnecessary. The witches were not expecting this, and they were one of them has a claws out and desperately tries to raise it up the intruder, but then you essentially barrel roll down the stairs, instantly draw and fire, instantly take it around. As all she can do is go.
I'll quickly add, they will not dare defy you again, my lord.
Oh, in that case, make me a deception check.
Not with advantage, but yeah, the first roll.
Okay.
Ian.
With that, Elias, you are up.
Is the sun sword out?
It is It is. Jean burst in essentially with the blade out, expected to fight. You have a second to act.
How dare you sheath that weapon! You may be my greatest enemies and now my strongest allies, but do not defy me.
Can I do that on my turn?
It is.
Or out of turn?
Depends on if we're out of initiative now.
If we're out of initiative order, if we are in initiative order, I'm just going to walk over and sheath it, which I imagine he's going to allow me to.
Yeah, if it's part of the ruse, I will.
Okay.
But it relies on Jonan.
I will say you can do that. You only Steven, and with that, you can make a persuasion check with the hand.
Alright, my persuasion is not as good as my lying, I don't think. So, we'll see. Persuasion. Okay. Was it with advantage or disadvantage?
With advantage, because Jean is assisting you.
Oh boy, both ends of the spectrum.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my god, we have hit cinematic 20s now.
And with that, it comes around to their turn as Escher looks at the scene going on, and then his eyes sort of close as he initially, as the burning he was taking, his body is still smoking, but it slowly subsides as he almost falls to his knees and goes, "You did it, Here I was thinking that you would. I was thinking that you would all actually passed on. I have no idea what this Baba character is doing, but the witches are once going around like rats. They're now operating the place. And before you even get the reply, the young girl runs up and so basically barrels herself into the Elias until it goes, Mr. Strahd, witches were mean to me. They dragged me out of my room, said that you were dead and they were going to kill you.
Yes, child, silence for now. Escher, let it be known that Strahd lives. We shall attack when I say, when I return. But we shall be attacking our true enemy, Baba. And I shall be the greatest ruler. And you shall be by my side. Go now. Spread the word in secret.
Make me one last persuasion check.
This is incredible.
Escher looks deep into you and goes, I will do what I can. The castle's magic has gone absolutely crazy, and I don't know if they'll even listen to me. This is like both a dream and a nightmare. And he looks deep into your soul, and with a melancholy look in his eyes, smiles and goes, I don't know. Forgive me, my lord. It's possible that this could all be one big deception, but it's often enough one of us wants to believe. Good hunting, my lord. And with that, he walks up the stairs and out of sight.
As he passes a water elemental with a giant dragon skull?
He's gone the other way, thankfully. He's gone one of the other stairs.
Oh,
you turned back
thank
and
goodness.
you didn't think it was possible for water elemental to strike before, but
I just keep losing bits of my form and scooping them.
And as that happens, you all put all yourselves up, and you find yourselves in the teleportation room once more, surrounded by these gems.
If I may, I'd like to just say something before we go through.
Sure.
Is Gertruda just kind of clinging to Strahd Strahd?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what she's doing. In between sobs, she's just kind of following the lines like a lovesick puppy, basically.
I'll say, because I know who Ward was looking for, right?
Yeah, he told you all.
I'll say, your name is Gertruda, correct?
He looks at you. Yeah.
Well, this is not how I expected to find you. A friend of mine was looking for you in Vallaki.
Technically, it was Barovia, but I'll just pretend.
Barovia, right? Yeah, I would know. Yeah, so, Jean would know.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to take it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll assume that's what you said. So he goes, oh, but if it's on my mother, forget it. I ran away from that place. Sister, I'd let me stay here.
I see. That would explain some things. Well, it is a relief, at least, to know that you are well.
Did she start smoking from the sun sword, by the way? BT does.
No, she's completely unaffected.
Thank goodness. Okay.
I will, in that case, incline my head and just going along with the ruse, say, in the name of both my friend and our mutual compatriot, I am Jean, and from this point forward, I too shall protect you, young lady.
He goes, oh, she takes a glance at Strahd and goes, thank you?
Just nods. Been really pushing my bluff, so trying to stay as stoic as possible right now, especially if she's clinging on to me. She's real close to figuring it out.
Formalities aside, we've got more pressing matters. Now, which stone?
I will say, you remember that, actually, you know what, Elias, make me an intelligence roll.
Otherwise, you could just be like, yeah, sure, hand me the stone to Barovia.
Alright, intelligence.
Sorry, I mean, Escher, darling, hand me the stone to Barovia.
Good God!
Okay, you remember, you're all flashing the memories. You remember the one that instantly came to mind, because it's the one you used recently, was the blue gem. That took you straight back to the Amber Temple. And you were trying to remember all that owed to you. And then one sentence suddenly comes to mind as the call a moment when Strahd is created in the gem, and he goes, if you, but that would be a moment. I have a coffin maker I need to see something about.
Oh, that's the one.
And he throws. Let me see what to do. He throws a green gem into the fire.
Right. In which case, Elias will put up their Strahd hand, and the green gem will fly into it. And I'll look at the rest of the party and nod.
I'll glance back at. Oh, this is gonna be such a sight. I'll glance back at. I'll glance back at Keldrin and just sort of help ease this thing through the portal.
And so, with that, Elias, you cast the gem into the fire. It flashes, and then the hourglass above it slowly turns, and the fire suddenly flares up into a green portal through which you can see the smoldering remains of what used to be the coffin. The hourglass ticks down as the time for the portal remains. You all rush in there, drag it and skull in hands, and fall in an unceremonious heap straight into the small pile of splinters and ash that once remained of the coffin shop. Just narrowly avoiding the dragon skull as it comes through with you in the portal. It goes,
oh, waterbed!
World's biggest anvil.
And so,
Keldrin catches us and it goes like, ow.
And with that,
yeah.
And so, with that, you are once again in Vallaki, having survived the underbelly of Castle Ravenloft, and now, you cannot rest just yet. For even now, this early morning sunrise, you see that you hear the sounds of screaming and shrieks as once again, battle has come to Vallaki. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Holy shit.
We got the skull!
Alright, my friends.
Some amazing rolling.
That was Not quite episode 30, but another episode of The Curse of Strahd. Thank you for watching.
Worthy roles for episode 30, so maybe it was episode 30 all along.
Regardless, we will catch you next time.
All right now.